Hey everyone, welcome back to another session of carbon and its compound. In our previous session, we have already understood about the chemical properties of carbon. In today's session, we are going to understand about some important carbon compounds. So let's begin our session. Carbon and its compound are very much important in our everyday life, but there are two main compounds which we are going to understand in this chapter. The first compound is ethanol and the second one is ethanoic acid. So ethanol, we will first start with what is ethanol. As its name is telling us, it is eth. So we have understood that if it is eth, it is a 2 carbon containing compound. 2 carbon compound, so you can write C2. Now it is A, ETHA, so it is an alkane, so we will be writing H5 and alcohol symbol OH. Okay, like for example, it is an ethane from which this alcohol is obtained. So this is ethane structure, 2 carbon and around each carbon 4 single bond. Right, it is ethane. Now if in this ethane the alcohol group enters, so what it will do, it will replace this one H with OH. So we will have this whole thing as such. So and here also you can see, so it is C3 from here, CH3, here it is CH2 and then this OH. So this is the formula of ethanol, which can also be written as C2H5OH, right, which is written here. So it is basically the second member of the alcohol series. The first one will be methanol. Methanol is a 1 carbon containing compound, so it is CH3OH. It is obtained from methane, so this is methanol formula. So after methanol we will have ethanol. Okay, ethanol will be obtained from ethane here like this. So we will first see its physical properties. So what are physical properties? Physical properties are the properties which you can observe through your naked eyes, like the physical state. You can note down the melting point. You can also observe the boiling point. So ethanol is a colorless liquid. It is a colorless liquid at room temperature. Its freezing point is 156 Kelvin and its boiling point is 351 Kelvin. Its smell, it has got a very distinct kind of smell and a burning taste. Ethanol is soluble in water in all proportions. Okay, that is, for example, if you are adding you can add 90% of water to 10% of alcohol or the ethanol. So it is mixable with water in all kind of proportions. Now the chemical properties are basically the chemical reactions. So the first chemical property of ethanol is reaction with sodium. So ethanol, whenever reacts with sodium in cold, that is there is no need to heat ethanol with sodium. It will give you sodium ethoxide with evolution of hydrogen gas. Basically it is a reaction of the alcohol with the metal. So what we are seeing here is that this is the formula of the ethanol and sodium. Okay, a rice like piece, if suppose there is a test tube and in this test tube you are having the ethanol in it, and if to this you are adding a very small piece of sodium, you can say about the size of a rice grain, and this is ethanol here, CH3CH2OH. If this you will drop sodium, you will see the effervescence. Okay, and there will be a evolution of a gas will come out. If you will bring a burning matchstick near to its mouth, a burning matchstick, then you will hear a pop sound. You will hear a pop sound. This pop sound is a characteristic property of hydrogen gas. So whenever we add metal like sodium, which is one of the highly reactive metals to ethanol, and there is no need to heat this solution, you will get sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide is a salt, and there is an evolution of hydrogen gas. Now let us go to the next property, that what happens when we use it with the other dehydrating agents. So reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. So whenever we are doing the reaction with the concentrated sulfuric acid, what we are seeing here, that whenever the concentrated sulfuric acid is added and it is heated little bit, we see that ethene is formed from ethanol, and there is removal of water. There is removal of water. That is, from the ethanol you are getting ethene plus water. So a molecule of water is lost from ethanol. Since a molecule of water is lost from ethanol, so this reaction is also called as dehydration reaction, and H2SO4, the concentrated H2SO4, is also called as dehydrating agent. It is called as dehydrating agent. It is one of the best dehydrating agent. It is seen that in most of the cases, whenever a reaction is done with concentrated H2SO4, there is a removal of a water molecule, which basically makes it one of the best dehydrating reagent. And since there is a removal of water in this reaction, we also say it as the dehydration reaction. Now in this reaction, if you see, it is CH3 CH2OH. Okay, now there is a removal of water molecule, that is this O, this H, and this and one H from here. Okay, they are going out. So what is left? From here a water molecule is going out. So what is left? CH3 CH. This, out of this two, one H will go for the formation of H2O. So what is left here? Here you are having CH3CH. Now CH3CH can also be written as CH2 double bond CH2, that is the ethene. Okay, so that is why here we are seeing that ethanol, when heated with concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin, an unsaturated corresponding compound is formed, that is from ethanol you are getting ethene, and a water molecule is removed, and this is called as a dehydrating reaction, and the concentrated H2SO4 is thus called as a dehydrating agent. Now you can understand that what will happen if this OH will go along with one H from this CH2, CH3CH will be written, okay, or it is left and it can be arranged as ethene, CH2 double bond, CH2 double bond. So this is about the chemical property of the ethanol. Now let's understand the uses of ethanol. Ethanol is widely used in various forms in our everyday life. The first very popular use is that it is formed in the form of the rectified spirit. Rectified spirit is 95% alcohol mixed with 5% of water. It is used to clean the wounds and also to clear out the skin before giving any kind of infection. Ethanol is an important component of several alcoholic beverages like beer, rum, whiskey, etc. Ethanol is widely used as a solvent in lot number of the industries, like in the paints, in the cough syrups, in the tincture iodine, in the perfumes and all. Okay, it is present in the cough syrups, and that is why after drinking the cough syrup or after taking them we feel sleepy also. It is also used in the preparation of the dyes, cosmetics, and the transparent soaps. It is also used as a power fuel in internal combustion engines. In the form of power alcohol, it is also said like that. It is also used as a laboratory reagent to carry out the organic reactions. Now let us go to our next topic, which is denatured alcohol. The denatured alcohol, at its name, if you see the name is denatured alcohol. That is alcohol which is not, you can say, fit basically, and it is not good for the drinking purpose. Now what is this denatured alcohol and why it is done so? Now ethanol, which is an excellent solvent, like in the previous slide you have seen that ethanol is one of the most usable, and it is one of the best solvents which is used in lot number of industries, but it can also used for wrong purposes, that is someone can use it for the drinking purpose. So to stop its misuse, it is made unfit for drinking purpose before supplying to any kind of industries. So here you are seeing that ethanol is one of the excellent solvents, and a large quantity of it is used in the chemical industries. So to prevent the misuse for the drinking purpose, the industrial alcohol is denatured, that is, it is made unfit for the drinking purpose. How it is made unfit? By adding, we add in it sometimes methanol. Methanol is a very dangerous kind of alcohol, or you can also see addition of the copper sulfate. The copper sulfate addition make it unfit for drinking, and as well as it also helps in the identification because it imparts light blue color to it. So apart from adding the methanol and the copper sulfate, there are certain dyes also which are added to color the alcohol so that it can be easily identified. Such kind of alcohol is called as the denatured alcohol or the methylated spirit also. So it is basically ethanol is made unfit for the drinking purpose so that its misuse can be prevented, because in the chemical industries it is widely used as a solvent and they need it in the large amount. So there it is made unfit for drinking by adding the poisonous materials like copper sulfate or methanol, and thus how we can prevent its misuse, and it can be used in a correct way there. Now let us try to understand some harmful effects of drinking the ethanol or any kind of alcohol. Consumption of small quantities of alcohol, even very small quantities, can cause intoxication. Sometimes what we see that the large quantities of alcohols are consumed and it leads to slowing down the metabolic process and tend to depress the central nervous system. If the central nervous system is depressed, that it is not acting properly, what will happen? It will lead to the lack of coordination. There will be a mental confusion. The person will not be able to judge or make any kind of decisions. There will be a drowsiness. There will be no sense of timing, and the muscular coordination will be completely off. The consumption of alcohol in the large quantities can damage the liver and kidney. Okay, so it can be very much lethal also, and drinking pure or absolute alcohol is lethal, that is, it can take life. Okay, so pure or absolute alcohol is never used for drinking purpose. It is always mixed with water in any kind of proportion. Now methanol is one of the highly dangerous alcohol. Why? Because methanol gets oxidized in liver and it changes to methanol at aldehyde. Okay, and this methanol reacts rapidly with the components of the cell. As a result of that, the protoplasm of the cell gets coagulated. They get coagulated. Okay, and thus it damages the liver completely. Methanol also affects the optic nerve, causing the blindness. So this is all about one of the most important carbon compound, which is ethanol. I hope that you will be able to understand after going through this session. In our next session, I am going to cover ethanoic acid. But before going, I would like to request you all to kindly subscribe and share my channel link among your friends and family. Thank you.